When is the last time you tell a lie? Recall that moment. Why do you lie? Is it to protect yourself, or you think that is to protect the other person instead? Today, let's talk about honesty, as we're all been taught to be honest, not to tell lies, always tell the truth, or at least this is what parents and teachers taught the children. Honesty is one of the core moral values. Recently, I saw a video where a young boy asked Sadhguru, "Why do people lie all the time?" Sadhguru responded that it is not the truth that we should concern about. Instead, ask yourself, is this word or this action is for the well-being of everyone or just for your own benefit? This got me thinking, what is my take on honesty? Is it okay for me to tell a lie if I think it will make the situation better? Let's talk about this conflict together. First and foremost, it is fairly impossible not to tell a lie as a human being, right? We all lies, but most of the time, it doesn't really come with an intention to harm the other person. We lie for several reasons. Number one, to protect ourselves, to get away from punishment, to get away from negative consequences. A simple example like telling your boss you are late to work because the traffic is terrible this morning, but actually you just woke up late. Or telling your parents that the dog broke the vase, but well, you are the one who broke it. Sorry, dog. Number two, to protect the other person, especially their feelings. This is very common, right? Imagine a small boy runs to you with a drawing that he is super proud of, and then he asks you, "Is this nice?" Well, all you see is a mess of colors doodling around. But more often, we don't say, "This is terrible. What are you drawing?" Instead, we say, "Well done. I love the colors that you're using. Tell me more about your drawing." Number three, to avoid conflict. This is the adult versions of the small boy's drawing. Sometimes you don't agree with what your friend said, but still you nodded your head and say, yeah, sounds good. But actually deep inside you don't agree with what your friend said, right? Number four, personal gain. Some people add in extra years of working experience in their resume just to secure a job, or fake their status on social media just to boost their social status. This is also very common. To make ourselves look better so that we can secure a job, so that we can gain more followers, we make up something just for our personal gain. And number five, fear and insecurities. Fear of judgment. We all don't like to be judged, right? Who like to be judged? And sometimes we have something to hide. Our weaknesses, our ugly past. So we tell a lie to cover it up. While all this doesn't really harm the other person, and most of the time we see it as part of human, but not all lies are acceptable. Just like what Sadhguru said, is it for the well-being of everyone, or is it just for yourself? Lie about your working experience in the resume just to secure a job. Lie about the reason you are late to work. These are bad examples, even though it doesn't hurt from the outside, but once people found out, it will break the trust. Now, here comes the main point on why am I making this video. Well-being of others. We often think that we did something. We tell a lie for the well-being of others, to protect them, to protect a relationship, to protect a family from breaking apart. But how do we judge well-being of others? The well-being justification is a dangerous territory if we are not honest with ourselves. Let's talk about something serious. Now, before we continue, if you think this video is helpful so far, hit that like and subscribe. This helps the channel more than you imagine. Let's move on. It is very easy to trick ourselves into thinking we are doing this for the better, we are doing this for their own good, when it is really about our comfort, our fear, our desire to avoid conflict and consequences. Let's go through some real life scenario. Firstly, your partner had a serious drug addiction and your partner asks you, please don't tell anybody. You hide it because you don't want others to worry. You hide it because you don't want others to be mad at your partner. You think that you are doing this to protect your partner. But this often prevents that person from getting the real help they need, and helping that person denies the truth is not a good idea at all. The intention might feel protective, but it does more harm than good when the truth eventually comes out. Another one. Your friend presented his business idea to you. You knew that he has been working day and night for months now, right? And even though you saw some flaws in his business idea, but because you don't want a difficult conversation, you don't want to let your friend down, you say, well done, sounds good to me, right? You do this just to avoid discomfort. You do this to protect your friend's spirits. But the impact is big. If your friend eventually invested all his life saving into the business where you already see the flaws. Next one. Your friend invited you to an event where you don't really feel like going, but because you want to protect your relationship with your friend, you end up saying yes, hoping they will change their mind later. Later in the event, your friends come to you and ask, "Enjoying the party?" You say, "Yeah, it's been fun. It's been great so far." You do this just to fit in. You do this because you don't want them to dislike you. You manipulate your responses, which in the long run can hurt the authenticity of that relationship. So what Sadhguru say makes a lot of sense. Simple answer: is it for the well-being of everyone, or is it for your own? The challenge is always about how honest are we to ourselves. Our self-talk cannot be heard by others. What you are talking in your mind cannot be heard by others. But even so, we are not honest with ourselves at times. And when you are not honest with yourself, how do you expect your judgment of well-being of others to be the right one? So, how do we navigate around this? We can consider this. When you are in a bad mood, especially in anger, pause and breathe before you speak. Because if you don't, the response from you might be a defensive lie or a brutal truth that will make the situation worse. Number 2, ask 3 questions. Is it kind? Will it build up or tear down? Is it necessary? Does it need to be said right now? Serving any purpose? And lastly, is this true? Is this accurate? Is this the truth? Number 3, instead of lying, if there's something that you're not comfortable sharing, you can answer like, "It is okay not to know," or "I don't feel comfortable answering." Lying is not the only option. And number 4, remember the lesson in this video. Always for the well-being of others. This only possible when we are brutally honest with ourselves, right? We need to prioritize self-honesty. Being real with yourself make it much harder to tell a harmful lie. Journaling can help on this, right? Write down your feelings on paper so that you can have a better picture on what is in your mind. Now, I am not a parent myself just yet, but I've gone through some information about teaching kids, about how do we move beyond just telling kids don't lie. Allow me to share this. This might not be 100% correct as I have no experience teaching kids. So, don't cancel me out if I said something wrong. Number 1, explain the why. Tell them how lies break trust. Tell them story about honesty, even when it is hard, can make things better in the long run, and why lies can make things much worse. Secondly, discuss scenario and feelings. Help them understand how their words can impact others' feelings. For example, like telling them, "How do you think Sarah felt if you said you didn't take her cookie, but she saw you do it?" Discuss what should they do and what if they are not being honest. How will it affect others' feelings? Number 3, praise honesty even when it is hard. When they tell you they broke something or they did something wrong, thank them for being honest first before addressing the actions. For example, like telling them, "Thank you for telling me the truth about the vase. That took courage. Now, let's talk about how we can fix this together." And lastly, number 4, model honesty. You are the model. They are watching everything you do. Kids are very great in imitating what we do. So, you need to show them how you navigate tricky situations with kindness and integrity. Let them see how you pause, think, and choose your word carefully for the right reasons. Apologize if you mess up. Now, some final thoughts. I think it goes beyond just being honest. It is more about having the courage to be real, especially with ourselves. Speaking and acting in ways that build trust instead of destroying it. Taking responsibility on our impact to the people around us. Sometimes, this means telling the hard and necessary truth with as much kindness as possible. Sometimes it means withholding a painful truth that serves no purpose but to hurt. Sometimes it means saying something that are not strictly factual to protect joy and safety. It is messy. It requires constant awareness. It is not about being perfect, but the care for others and the care for our own integrity. So, what is your take on honesty after watching this video? What do you think? I would like to hear what is your thoughts and experience. Let me know in the comment section below. And if this video resonates with you, hit the like button because it helps the channel more than you can really imagine. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing for more of my future videos. Thank you for being here, and remember, always be kind to yourself and others. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.